Hello everyone, myself Shailesh Kumar, a student of Civil Engineering from Faculty of Engineering and Technology, University of Lucknow. I am going to present before you a presentation on the topic Utilization of Recycled Paper Mill Residue and Rice Husk Ash in the Production of Lightweight Bricks. Let's have a basic introduction about the topic. Brick is one of the widely used construction material in India. The increasing demand for the construction material, especially in bricks, are exploiting our natural resources to the larger extent. Industrial revolution, economic growth, and overall increase in the population and tremendous demand is exerted on natural resources for creating new infrastructure. Also, growing environmental awareness in the building industry has led to the investigate ways to incorporate residuals and byproducts materials in place of traditional construction material. Now the question arises, why the utilization is necessary? Since brick is one of the most accommodating masonry units as a building material in India due to its physical, chemical and mechanical properties. Also, the utilization of residuals and byproducts materials as a construction material will also help in waste management. Not only it leads to conservation of natural resources, but will herald better ways of managing residuals and byproduct materials. According to the reports of IPMA, that is Indian Paper Manufacturers Association, they have created a brick making material by mixing recycled paper mill waste and cement with varying proportions, that is up to the 20% by weight of the cement. Also, their research shows that the brick made by using recycled paper mill waste are lightweight and increased acceptable compressive strength. For example, Mukahit and Sedat developed porous and light-weighted bricks by using paper processing residues as an additive to a clay brick. Now we will see a case study on the utilization of recycled paper mill residue and rice husk ash in the production of light-weighted bricks. This case study was carried out in Nagpur, Maharashtra. Now we will see the materials and methods involved in the case study. Various batches of mix of RPMR, cement with varying amount of RHA were prepared. Samples prepared each comprising of varying percentage of RPMR, RHA and cement were prepared. Sample set A has 80% RPMR, 10% of RHA and 10% of cement by weight. In a similar manner, sample set B has 75% of RPMR, 15% RHA and 10% of cement by weight. Sample set C has also 70% of RPMR, 20% of RHA and 10% of cement by weight. All sample compositions were prepared in such a way that they show uniform consistency, that is up to 22%. The RPMR weight percentage in the final composition of the mix was observed to be the range of 70 to 80%. Here we can see the components involved in the case study. Figure 1 showing the recycled paper mill residue, Figure 2 showing the OPC cement and Figure 3 showing rice husk ash. Now we will see the test methods. The compressive strength of bricks was determined using CTM, that is compression testing machine. 3 samples of each composition were subjected to a compressive strength test and the average strength were recorded. Compressive strength test, water absorption test and efflorescence were performed according to IS 3495 1992. Physical properties such as specific weight, voids and equilibrium moisture content and dimension change on drying were determined. Also, the block density and moisture movement for the hollow and solid blocks were measured. Now we will see the following results. Elemental analysis shows that the pozzolanic silica content in RPMR and RHA were 60.57% and 34.46% respectively. Heavy metals like copper, strontium, zirconium and manganese were present in the traces, less than 0.1%. Therefore, the possibility of leaching heavy metal is insignificant. It is observed that RPMR mainly contains ash 40.6% and volatile materials that is 44.7%. Silica present in RPMR appears as ash, whereas short length carbonaceous material like paper fibers contributes to higher volatile content. In table 1, that is proximate analysis of RPMR, can be seen as follows. The presence of carbonaceous material, that is 22.7%, is confirmed by the ultimate analysis, which can be seen in table number 2. 23.6% of oxygen content is due to the presence of oxides of various components. Here table 2 shows the ultimate analysis of RPMR. Now we will see the conclusions. From the above case study, it is concluded from the results that the RPMR, RHA and cement combination can be potentially used in the production of new brick material. The new brick material resulting from the varying composition of RPMR and RHA was observed to be lighter and weighing nearly 50% less compared to the conventional bricks. The brick composition with RPMR, that is 70 to 80%, RHA 10 to 20% and cement, that is 10%, demonstrated high compressive strength of 11 to 15 megapascal, which is 5 times greater than the compressive strength of the conventional burnt clay bricks, that is 3 megapascal. If we further increase in the amount of RHA beyond 10%, did not yield any appreciable improvement in the physical and mechanical properties of the bricks. Instead, increase of RHA amount beyond 20% resulted in significant deterioration of the quality of the brick. The bricks were observed to be highly fragile and very low binding strength. In summary, after testing 60 samples each of 3 different compositions, the result suggested that the optimum mix both in terms of strength parameters and overall physiochemical characteristics will be 80% of RPMR, 10% of RHA and 10% of cement. Here are the following references which are used in this presentation. Thank you.